First of all, big shout out top left to Mr. Michael Tagg. We have been mountain biking all day today, and to allow for the timing of it to happen, he woke up at like 5:45 and painted a house. So fair play to you, Mike. That's amazing equipment. I'm tired, let alone how crazy tired you must be. So shout out to Mike. Hello everyone on the call. If you can, put your cameras on because it's better.
Yeah, no, it looks
if
like
we can see you.
So no one.
Yeah. And and we're going to talk about how to sell, how to recruit, and we might be picking on some of you who are shining stars in these areas. So, Harriet, do you want to start first?
What?
So, how to sell? How do you sell?
Okay, so we were talking about this, and we were going to like make loads of notes, and we said, actually, do you know what? We're just going to just say what we do, because I think sometimes we can overcomplicate the basics. So, in terms of selling, I do a couple of things. The first thing is I try and share my own story as much as possible, and doing that in a like a varied way. So one day I might do a status about my energy, another day I might do my product story about my nails, another day I might do it about my weight loss, about toning. So there's loads of ways that you can present your story. Even if you've only got a weight loss story, you can compare older pictures to newer pictures, etc. So this is something I picked up from Cassie Smith, who is like literally every day she has a new progress picture of herself, because you can guarantee that not all your Facebook friends have seen it, even if you think, oh, I've used that before or something like that. You should be able to go to any one of your Facebook friends and say, what's my product story of Juice Plus? And they should be able to tell you. I know that would be weird if you did that, but you should be able to, and they should know what your story is, because there's some that are not really sure of what you use those products for. They might know you use them, but do they know what you use them for? I know that I was talking to the lovely Emma earlier in Team Beautification about her products haven't arrived yet. So we were talking about, right, well, what are you going to use the product for? She's going to use them for eczema. So then she shared a picture of Em Peplow's eczema story, saying that's why she's using them and she can't wait for similar results. So you can always use something. That kind of leads on to step 2 of what I do, is sharing other people's stories. The best people's stories to share are all of us, because we're in the same team and we can tag each other, and that's social proof that you know that person. I personally don't like to share the stories that people share from the testimonial page unless it's really life-changing. If it's just kind of like, oh yeah, I lost 2 stone, I would put it into my own words and just say like, wow, isn't Rebecca looking hot, or something like that. That's much more powerful than saying like, this is Rebecca, she used our goal plan, she blah, 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 blah. Like you can just put, wow, Rebecca's looking hot, hashtag goal plan. And do you know what I mean? So people, and then if anyone likes it, this is where you're actually getting the orders. So anyone that likes it, you're then messaging them saying, hey, hope you're okay. Thanks so much for liking my progress picture. Or, hey, thanks so much for liking Rebecca's progress picture. If you want any info on how she did it, how I did it, feel free to give me a shout. I'm more than happy to help. Some people will go, yeah, no worries, you look great, thanks anyway. Or they'll say, yeah, amazing, what is it you do, what is it you use? And then that's your opportunity to talk to them about it. And then the third final thing that I'd say I do for products is something that we've all, I think as a team, doing really well lately, is competitions. So generating leads through competitions. Like if you're doing a giveaway, actually, and you're not doing this, you're not following up in this way, then you are literally giving away money for free for no reason. So it's really important when you do any kind of competition, any kind of guess the capsules or comment on this or do this, whatever, that you have like a follow-up. So everyone that entered, you want to message them saying, hey, thanks so much for entering my competition. Sorry you didn't win this time, but keep your eyes peeled and I'm definitely going to do more in the future. Out of interest, what if you could choose any one of our products, what would you choose? And they'll go, oh, probably the boosters. And you'll go, oh, great, that's actually our cheapest product. What, if you don't mind asking, what are your health goals? And the minute you ask that question, what are your health goals? And someone goes, oh, well, I'd quite like to lose weight. Oh, brilliant, we have some amazing plans for that. If you want any info, let me know. Oh, yeah, go on then. Because they're thinking, while I'm talking to you, you may as well tell me. So this is how you must follow up, because otherwise all these people, you're like, oh, yeah, they've entered your competition because they have some interest in the products. If they thought Juice Plus was shit, they wouldn't enter the competition to win a free product. So make sure that you are definitely doing the follow-up. And the fourth thing I didn't realise is actually sharing your use of the products, and that's
something we're good at.
Attraction marketing will come in, because if someone sees you use them day in, day out, and then let's say on the weekend you go out with your girls, or you're out and about, sorry guys, you're out with the guys, and you're looking amazing, especially, I'm going to target this at the girls, but if you're in a dress and you're looking amazing shape, what happens is people would subconsciously put two and two together. Okay, so for the last 3 months, every single day she's posted her shape in capsules. Now I see her here. She looks way more amazing than she used to, and I'm really jealous of her body. They then make the link themselves. So even though both posts, you didn't relate the two posts, other people will see it if they see repetition, because if they see it once, it won't go into their subconscious, but if they see it time and time again, it will. So that's kind of my 4 tips.
I like it. Okay, so I guess my tips on sales, and you know what? I'm not that good at sales, but don't tell anyone. I do get my 825 every month, so I guess that's good enough.
Yeah.
So when it comes to sales, Harriet's sort of mastered the art of attraction marketing. So she can, through the use of showing how the product works, get girls to message her saying, hey, what is it? What do you do? How can I get the Juice Plus products? Which is amazing. But for me, it's a completely different story. So what I do as a guy is I share other people's testimonials, and I try and do at least one a day. And mainly during a typical day, I normally post a transformation about 3 o'clock every day. And that's simply because at 3 o'clock every single day, who else is starting to look at the clock at work thinking when's home time? Who's fallen asleep because they've had too much carbs at lunch? Or who feels bad about themselves because they had a terrible weekend? So 3 o'clock is a great time of day for people to think to themselves, and that, you know, they're on Facebook scrolling thinking they want to make health changes. So every single day at 3 o'clock, I post my, not my health transformation, because I don't really have one anymore, which I need to be working on, by the way. And I share other people's testimonials from the Juice Plus testimonials page and the team. Obviously, if you know the person, the better. So I guess my part of the advice when it comes to sales is once you've got a lead. So what that means is when someone's already inquired, a lot of people make a mistake of the language and the way they actually talk to the person in terms of closing the sale, because it's all well and good people saying, you know, what is it, I want more information. But if at that point during the messaging you blow them out, then you've wasted a good lead. So my advice for anyone who has a pen and paper right now is when it comes to messaging, write down, how can I help you? This is not about you getting a sale. It's about how can I help this person get the best results possible. If this person wants to gain weight, help them with the shakes. If this person wants energy, give them the capsules. And it's just a case of asking great questions. So I've actually just got a bonds plan a minute ago, and I refused to tell her anything about the products until I found out every single thing. I just asked, what is it you want to achieve? She wanted to gain weight. I said, are you exercising? She said yes. She told me what she was exercising. And I said, if you want to gain weight and you want to tone up, are you going to do things that will create muscle growth? So are you going to be doing squats or going to the gym, lifting weights? Because if you don't make the muscle, if you don't work the muscle, it can't then grow stronger. Do you know what I mean? You either use it or you lose it. And that's the same as this business, really. If you don't do it, it will disappear. And for me, once I got the order, that's when the journey starts. That's almost when it starts. You have to make sure that customer gets the best results possible, which is why I've got the whiteboard up on the wall now. My New Year's resolution is to help my clients get the best results possible. So even if you've got 1 or 2 customers, I'm jealous of you, because you can give those 1 or 2 people the most attention. You can give them so much love that they're going to become raving fans. And this is something that I heard the other day. Gary Vaynerchuk, he found out that one of his customers who bought wine off him years ago was a massive fan of like an American football team. So Gary Vaynerchuk actually went and bought an American football shirt off eBay and got the guy who's the best football player in the team to sign that shirt, and he sent it to his customer. So he went above and beyond, but it all came back to him on Twitter because that bloke was an absolute raving fan of Gary Vee. So find out what your customer, what they do, what they like, and just go above and beyond. Like, ask them about whether they had a great weekend, and ask what nice, amazing foods they had. And the customer relationships is absolutely huge. So if you can create 5 raving fans, your business will grow very rapidly. That's one thing that I went wrong with to start with. I used to get sales and they'd be like, great, got a sale, see ya, and move on to the next one. But it's all about the attention. So that person who I just got the order a minute ago, the relationship has now started. Now I need to get to know this person, help them get their results.
Have you shown them that?
Yeah, they're all in the loop with the boards.
Just because
they're up there.
And I've also been sending people, a little while ago we talked about sending people just a little picture that told them like 4 steps of what to do with the product. And remember the last stage was like, when the product arrives, take a picture and tag me. And I've been saying to my last few customers, if you don't mind, Hen, I'd really appreciate it if you could tag me when your product arrives on your profile. And because I've been so like above and beyond for them, they're like, oh yeah, no problem, Hen, I'll definitely tag you. And so like, that's essentially then going to open me up to a whole new Facebook audience. So don't be afraid to ask people things like that.
So who in the team is good at sales?
Well, a couple of names, I put a couple of names down. I'd like Amy Shave to share.
Amy Shave, we're going to put you on the spot right now, my darling, and we're going.
The camera's off as well.
And here she is. Can you tell us how on bloody earth do you get your customers?
Because you get loads every month.
I don't. Well, not this month.
Well, in previous months.
I don't know. I just what really helped me was when Dan pitched to me about he pretended to pitch to me being a random person, and that really helped. Like, starting conversations with strangers, like giving them a compliment. Look through their profile, make sure they're not selling something else as well. Because I get pitched to by like random people for Juice Plus and other things, and I'm like, you do realize I'm like already involved. I mean, it's okay, but they don't do their research, or I get a massive copy and paste message, and I think I don't really like that, and I really try and avoid sounding really like salesy and stuff. So half the time I just like compliment them and then leave it at that, and then I start liking a few of their like posts and stuff. And then they'll like come back to me like, oh, what is it that you do then? And I just get a conversation. It doesn't always work like that because some people genuinely don't, But obviously just building relationships with people, just having a chat with them, not even like talking to them about Juice Plus or anything.
Yeah.
Just how's your day? And then going back to them. I went like on yesterday morning, I went back to when I actually started in the business, and I messaged all the people I randomly messaged. And I got like a shake order out of it because she was just like, oh, I got paid today, why not? And I was like, oh my God, that was like a stroke of luck, So that was really lucky. And it was like, I messaged her early November last year.
Yeah.
And because obviously I've messaged so many people, she's got lost. She doesn't post much, so I don't see her on my feed like lots, but I just went right back, messaged loads of people. And I got a couple of people that are like thinking about it, and I'm going to wait until this date and that date. So, which I always have all the time, and half of them don't ever come through either. But, that's people and stuff. So, yeah, just go back. I would. That would be like, if I had to give like a tip or anything, it would be go back to like a few months and see who you have spoken to, and see if they're interested now, or just say, hey, how are you? How are you getting on? And so just.
That's a really good idea, and it's almost like when you ask people, ask your customers why they ordered with you.
Yeah.
It's like a similar thing, isn't it? Like if you say, oh, can I ask when you ordered, what made you order through me and not somebody else? Because that's going to give you a little hint as to what you did right at the time. A bit like when you look through your messages and see what was it I said to people and things. Cool, thanks, Ames. That's really good.
That's okay.
Person who is consistently good with sales and is doing really amazingly this month in particular with sales is Kirstine.
Kirstine Carr.
Unmute her.
Hey, Kirstine.
Hiya, you alright?
So what are your top tips, key tips?
Top tips. I haven't done very well in the last couple of months.
Yeah, but
I just got lucky, I think, this month.
more consistent.
Yeah, maybe consistent. Again, it's just going back and following up with people and just making relationships.
Yeah. Okay.
Just keeping in contact with people. I like, staying on Facebook, liking their comments, commenting on their posts as well. So you're making relationships.
Yeah.
That's pretty much.
Though, don't you, Justin? So,
Sorry?
you get quite a few reorders.
Yes.
So what are you doing to look after your customers?
Just following up with them again, just asking how they're getting on. A lot of my customers are local as well, so I think especially with the trials and things I've just been doing, I've just gone. I'll actually personally go around and take around the trials. I don't post them. I take them round.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Knock on the door and have a chat with them.
Love that.
So just keeps it a little bit more personal.
Love
Maybe
it.
that's how it is.
Tell them about when you bought those diaries.
Oh yeah, I bought some little diaries to give to people. Only just cheap little things, but you can put them in with the order, or you can give them to them after they've ordered, so they can just track their progress. Rather than say, just can you write this all down for me?
Cool.
Just so they can use them. Just little freebies like that.
Yeah, I like that. It's like going above and beyond, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, mate. So before we move on to recruitment, I want to show you my board. So these are 4 questions that I ask my customers. So we've got the name of the customer, what they want to achieve. So Daniel Ashby wants to lose 4 stone. Then I ask her when, so she must have a deadline, end of July, which is quite ambitious, but I think she can do it. And then I ask her on what platform would she like me to contact her. She said WhatsApp, and when, and it's 12 o'clock Sundays, and I just realised I've forgotten that. So it's one thing I need to make sure that I need to contact her tonight to make sure. So that's the 4 questions I ask my customers: what they want to achieve, when, by, how would you like me to contact you, and how often. And then you're going to make sure that you're consistent and you don't leave that customer left alone in the dark. Okay, so let's move on to how do you recruit, Harriet?
Most of mine is attraction marketing, which is probably one of the most frustrating ways to recruit because it's a long thing. But I think it's important to understand the process of attraction marketing, because a lot of the time, because we post so much on Facebook, we don't realise, because we don't see our seeds coming through as quick as we'd like, I don't think we always understand, or we don't always realise that why someone joined our team, or what was the biting point for them to say, yeah, okay, I'm going to get involved. So again, a bit like your customers, it's a good thing to go back to your team and ask why they joined you, because sometimes your post might not even get that many likes, but it's all adding to this big picture that defines who you are to the Facebook world. So for example, like just little things, I had a girl message me being like, oh my god, you need to tell me about what you do. I'm fed up of seeing all your misguided parcels arrive every day. Now, I didn't even realise, that when I put pictures on of like online deliveries come in, how that was going to then trigger something in someone's head to think they should join my team. But if you think about it, if they see me like once a week uploading a delivery of clothes, they'll think, okay, she's got money, she can afford to buy clothes. Why can she afford to buy clothes? Or she keeps banging on about this thing she's recruiting for, and they easily put 2 and 2 together. So little things like that, or even just like if we're eating out all the time, or if we're off here, there and everywhere, because we're all sharing our lifestyle, like we're lifestyle bloggers, which is that's why we say that's what we are. Not just we're not just product reps, we're lifestyle bloggers. It all just paints a picture for people, and a lot of my new team members have said, oh, I just think you look like you live a good life, or you look like you're having loads of fun, and I just thought like I wanted that. So actually it's not, a lot of the time I don't find people say to me like, oh well, I wanted to join because I don't know, like I saw you could make £100. They say like, oh, I want to get involved because it looks like you're having fun, or it looks like you're doing well, or it looks like you're making money. So that's, I would say, just always trust in the process that you sharing your life and posting about absolutely everything is probably the most beneficial thing that you could do. So that's probably the first way. The second thing is that every single day without fail, I need to do my one in a minute actually, I will do at least one direct recruitment post every single day. And I try to either, again, a bit like with the product, either share my story, share success stories of you guys in the team, because that's much more powerful. And we talked about this before, how, you know, Amy Shave could turn around and say, oh, wow, Lucy Luxor's just gone STD, like, since now she's got herself a nice little bonus since joining my team. No one needs to know she's not, because we're a big team, so it doesn't matter that Lucy isn't under Amy. She's just sharing the success of us as a whole team, and that then people then see you in a light of authority, and they see that people that you're working with are doing well, and they make that link. So sharing success stories is massive, and doing, like, you can put a status but then put hashtag recruiting, because the amount of time I get messages from girls saying, hey, I see you're recruiting, what's it all about, or what does it involve? And that's simply because I use the word recruiting. Some people like to use the word sponsor, some people like to use different phrases, that's totally fine. But I think having that little backup, because you don't necessarily need to say recruiting now, who wants to join my team and earn loads of bonuses. Like, it doesn't need to be that salesy, but you could put a really cool picture, or it could be like you and your team member at an event, or you and your team member out having lunch or something like that. And then you just put hashtag recruiting, still one space left to join us, something like that. Or even like try to solve people's problems. So the other day I did one, I don't know if you saw it, was like a piggy bank that was all skinny and shriveled. It's like quite funny. But I put a picture of that and I just said, can't believe it's payday. Like, I remember the days when I would have run out of money by this time of the month and literally be living out my overdraft, like having to, like, I remember walking around the supermarket having to, like, get my phone calculator out and check that I could afford everything. So, like, sharing stories like that, even if that's not your situation now, is really powerful, because that you guarantee there's people that do that. So I think sometimes it's not always about the big stuff. It's about sharing, solving people's problems. And most people's problems are that they can't just go and do a food shop without looking at the price, or they can't treat themselves to a new dress, or they can't afford to fill their car up with petrol. So you just need to share, without being boastful, the things that you have achieved from this business. And then the final thing really is just sharing like recognition, and like me and Dan try to do a recognition post of someone every single day in the team, because then that boosts that's a boost for that person, and it puts, again, makes them look like they're a person of authority, and then people would want to join their team. So for example, Rebecca's just done her event post, and even though she's actually just promoted me as a speaker, I now look like a person of authority, and I've not had to do a post myself. So by sharing each other's stories, we're doing the same to each other. So never underestimate, like, the power of that. But again, it all comes down to following up the likes. If someone likes your post where you said about wanting a bit of extra money, you message them and say, hey, just wondered. And then, sorry, I just remembered one more thing. So I'm rambling.
You are.
Look for triggers for people. So I once saw a girl being like, oh my God, like, hurry up payday, and something like that. So I messaged her being like, hi, Han, hope you're okay. I hope you don't think this is too, like, intrusive, but I can help with neutral status. I might have something that could help. So again, just finding people's triggers, and kind of what you said about how can I help you. Just if you always have that in mind and you use that phrase, and people will respond to you really well.
Cool. Can you get leftovers? Okay, cool. So my top tips are this that Saoirse shared today. It's a quote and it's gone. And it's here. This quote is Juice Plus. Okay, so write this quote down. If you have good thoughts, they will shine out of your face like sunbeams, and you will look lovely. So what do I mean by this? Okay, this relates back to a Jim Rohn quote that says, if you live well, you'll earn well. And basically what I'm saying, guys, is this job is the best job in the world because you get paid to live the best life possible. So the happiest, healthiest, most productive, most like just having the most fun life ever is what we have to do. So, for example, today was a grey, gloomy February Sunday morning, and me and Mike went and met a group of complete random strangers and went mountain biking down Lee Wood in Bristol. And we met some amazing people, and now we've made new connections that we're talking to on social media. And all we've done is gone and had a great day. So that's what our job is to do, is to go and create and find people and help them with our product and opportunity. And the reason why I've got Harriet to bring these over to me is because the other day I bought these for £1 from Asda, and they were all like this one. They were all closed, but a lot of them now are now open, which means spring is coming, which basically means people are going to bloom and blossom, and they're going to say yes to opportunity, and they're going to start growing again. The winter is coming to an end. The sun is starting to come out, which basically means everybody that's in the dark, gloomy, wintry blues is going to start coming out, putting a smile on their faces and saying, go on then, Dan, show me what this opportunity is you've been banging on about for the last 6 months whilst I've been depressed at home. Or go on then, I want to start getting healthy because now I have to wear a t-shirt instead of a hoodie, and people might see my fat belly when the sun comes out. So get me the shakes, because I can't keep hiding under this jumper anymore. So the spring for me is the best time of the year. And that was a visual representation of it's happening. This is proof, okay? Living proof. Although they might die soon if we don't look after them better. So that was my representation of how to recruit. You must live the best life possible. So if next Saturday you have no plans, make plans for the most fun day ever and market the hell out of it. Take selfies and document the day. So from the minute you wake up, from getting ready to getting in the car, to the journey there, to the actual activity, come home and put a collage of what happened from the minute you woke up to the minute you went to bed, and tell people what an amazing day you've had. And the people who sat at home with their hand in their pants scrolling through Netflix is going to look at you and think, damn, I want to live my life like that person because my life's boring as hell. And that's basically how this business works. It's a transformation progress. A transformation progress from before Dan Aldridge was broke, miserable, depressed carpenter, but now he's a happy, healthy guy living on a mission, blossoming out. My petals are out, waiting for the sunlight. Getting up and going mountain biking on Sunday morning simply because I love life now. So that would be my top tips on recruiting. Don't tell them, don't ask them, show them, and they will come.
Amazing, thanks for that, Dan.
No problem.
Normally I'm the dramatic one.
Well, today's me.
I just want to ask someone that's doing really well at recruiting at the moment and to share her top tips. That's Ria.
Oh, go on then. She's starting a fire, isn't she? Yeah, Ria.
Me?
Yeah, how are you recruiting?
I do my nails. I was warming up my gel polish. Oh my god, this is so unexpected. Oh shit, sorry. I've recruited people that I knew before the business, and like people that I'm close to. So it's people that I care about, because this business can do so much for somebody, and I want the best for everybody that I care about. So I've gone to people that I love and I care about and I know and that I'm close friends with, and I've shared this opportunity with them because I feel that's more genuine than going up to somebody I hardly know and saying, oh, join my business and be on my team. Like, I don't know you, but I want to make money from you. But that's like the whole point of this business, is to build friendships and I'm really on the spot here, guys. But I feel like if you bring people in that you care about, they know that you're genuine and they know that you want the best for them, and that you're not just doing it for the extra commission and to get yourself bonuses and stuff. You're doing it because you want to make their lives better. So I've recruited my mum, I've recruited my boyfriend, I've recruited my friend that worked with my boyfriend, and I'm sort of speaking to people that I am really close to. But that's just my technique. Obviously, recruit people you don't know, like Lucy, she recruited me. I didn't know Lucy,
until this business, and now we're really, really close friends, and we message each other every day, and she tells me a knock joke every day, and that's the way that she's done it. So but yeah, that's pretty much it.
Cool. But I think Ria's pulled out there that's really key is like, so for her, she's recruited all her family and her best friends, which is amazing. But if you're sort of sat there thinking, yeah, but none of mine were interested, and that's totally fine because mine were like that as well, use what she said. You need to care and love for people, and that includes
Yeah.
So the whole thing is that you're building friendships with people that you don't know, and then you're going to care and love on them so much that they're going to think that they are your friend, that you genuinely care about them. Well, obviously it's good if you do genuinely care. And they're going to want to join your team, aren't they?
Yep.
Thanks, Ria. That was Ash.
Cheers, mate.
The other person that's consistently good with recruiting, in fact, I always try to, she doesn't know this, but I secretly tried to compete with her, even though she's in my team, Miss Rebecca Edwards. Just because she's really consistent at recruiting month on month. She always brings in people. She normally brings on, but I think the most she's recruited in 1 month is 4, but on the standards it's 2 to 3 people a month she brings in, which is a really good consistent number. So Rebecca, tell us what you're doing, my darling.
I think the main thing that I'm doing is just every single day now I do a DMO, and I'm doing like 1 product post a day and 1 recruitment post a day, and that's like blatant ones, the obvious ones. So one like selly one, so it'd be like today I put on a mermaid one that was like 60p a day, and then like a blatant recruiting one which says looking for brand ambassadors. And I always, when I do the brand ambassadors thing, I always try and use like a different photo, and I use like really different words. Like, so sometimes I'll try and like just write a really little bit, will be like, who wants to earn £500 by on the 10th of March, and then other times I'll like list like what you can do, like it's from home, on your phone. I just kind of always try to change it. And then when I speak to people, I try and figure out what it is that they do, like get to know them a bit, and then kind of pitch it to them in a way that would suit them. So like, I'm a student, so I'd say to other students like, oh, it's really good for like students because I'm a student, and you can make it fit around your studies. Like the other day I had an essay due, so I took the night off. Like I can just make it work around my studies. If I'm really stressed, I don't have to do it, and it means I don't have to go and have like a conventional job, so I've got more time for like my studies. So like, whoever that is for, I kind of pitch it to like in a different way, because like I'm a lot of things. Like I'm not just a student. So someone else might. So if someone like works, like for example, Kerry works at Mulberry, but she works so much. I know in the past, like I've worked like 40-hour weeks and like for crap money. So I can relate to a lot of people. Is what I'm trying to say.
I love that. I'm a lot of people. Love it.
That's good.
What's your follow-up like then, Rebecca? What are you saying?
What, like when people like on my stuff? Yeah,
so you're following up the likes from these direct posts? Yeah,
I'll say something like, I always use a hey hun. I got that from Harriet, the hey hun. And I say something like, thank you for liking my post earlier. If you were interested in becoming a lifestyle blogger, I'd be happy to help. Just give me a message and I can give you some more info. Something like that. Okay. And then they reply. What I do a lot of the time as well is people that I've been speaking to say, do you know, sometimes you speak to people about the products and then they kind of go away because they can't afford it or whatever. Mm-hmm. Those people I tend to like message like, do you know anyone that might be interested? And like, say if it was a student, I say, do you know anyone that'd be interested? It's really handy for students because we can fit it around our schedule. I know it's out of the blue, but it'd be so much, I'd be so thankful if you could. So a lot of time, either people are like, yeah, like I'll ask around, or they'd be like, oh, something that I might be interested in. And then you go on to tag them in the video and stuff.
Yeah, I like that line. I'd be so thankful. It's really like, it's just genuine, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really amazing. Thanks, Han. You just remind me of something. I always think that I always say to someone, because I know people when they join, they really struggle to think of how to talk to people, and I know it can be a bit daunting. But I always think that one of the best ways is when we message the birthday people. And I honestly believe that you can talk to someone about absolutely anything and you can manipulate the conversation to talk about the business. So, for example, you could message someone privately saying, hey, happy birthday, Han, I hope you have the best day ever. They'll go, oh, thanks so much. I go, are you doing anything nice? and they obviously feel obliged to message you because you've been kind to them, and they'll say, oh yeah, going for a family meal later, or whatever they're doing. I'll go, oh lush, that sounds amazing. Have you got to work today? And then they'll say, oh yeah, but it's not too bad. I'll go, oh really, where do you work, hun? They'll go, oh, I'm a carer. I'll go, oh, do you enjoy it? They're like, oh, not really, but it pays the bills. But oh, cool. And then they'll either ask you what you do, which is your opportunity to say, oh, well, I teach part-time, but I also have my own health and wellness business. Or it gives you the opportunity to say, if they say they don't like their job, to go, oh, really, I might have something for you. And you've gone from a happy birthday to telling them about what you do. And that can apply for loads of situations, but I just think if you are a bit nervous to start with to talk to people, then the birthday people is like a good in. You want to talk about organisation now, don't you?
Yeah, let's do a quick one.
Is there a Peplo on? Because she's
no.
queen of that. What shame.
But I'm good at it. So I'm going to tell you what I do. I worked out today, if you want to be a PMD, then you have to do PMD. So PMD stands for Planned My Day. So every single day, at some point, this is actually another top tip. When is your most productive point in the day? My most productive point in the day is between 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. every single day. That's when I've just come in from the gym, I've just had my breakfast, I'm showered, I've just quiffed my fringe back, and I'm sat down in my office, and that's when I'm on it. So when's your most productive time of the day? And at that point of the day, spend 10 to 15 minutes of that day writing down, right, 10 o'clock I'm going to do this, 11 o'clock I'm going to do this. So if you're at work, say, first break, add 20 people. Lunch break, compliment 5 of the 20 people, message the birthday people. When you get home, schedule a power hour, have dinner, have your power hour, and then spend the rest of the evening following up and creating relationships with people. And that's basically what my advice would be on organisational, and make it a habit. It's one of the most income earning activities. If you become good at planning, you'll be good at this business. And as Jim Rohn says, when do you start building a house? I'm not going to expect you to answer. You start building a house once it's finished. So what do I mean by this? Well, you don't build a house until you've got the architectural drawings. You've organised what windows are going to go in the house. You've organised what tiles are going to go on the roof. You've organised even like the small things like what material the window sills are going to be made out of. So how can you expect to build a business if you don't plan it? So today, what you're going to do, what's your goal by the end of the month? What's your goal by the end of 3 months, 6 months? Plan your business. How are you going to build your business? So the first 90 days, you want to get to STD. The second 90 days, you want to get to SSC, SC. So plan your business and have a structure, because if you never plan it, you're going to get through the day, through the weeks, through the months, and then you'll be sat on a Zoom call in a year's time saying, why am I still a DD? Do you know what I mean? So plan it and take action upon it.
Cool. My tips are slightly different because some of us actually go to work. And I know a lot of people can relate to that. Because it is tough, and like sometimes I think that I do say this to you a lot, that I sometimes think you don't empathise with people that go to work. And so I'm just going to say I've got your back, guys. So the thing that I really struggle with is that my job's so full on, and I know there's loads of you on here who are in quite intense jobs. And I was finding, until really recently, on my days off, I was smashing the business, like literally go big or go home, working from the minute I wake up to the minute I go to sleep. And I'd be really productive and I'd get loads done. And then, especially when I go to work on like a Thursday, Friday, and I've got 2 busy days in a row where I pretty much can almost do nothing, I was then felt out of control of my business. I didn't feel like I just didn't feel like I was in control. So I decided to create a DMO, and I made it really busy because I know that when I put I know on my days off I do get a lot of stuff done because I just live the business. But like I said, when I was going to work, I wasn't really getting much done. So then I created a busy DMO, which I posted in the group the other day. So anyone that didn't see it, on my DMO, I've got loads of things. So I won't read them all, but I've got personal development, message the team individually, run reports, add 100 people, message birthday people, add free value, share my story, recruitment, go live, competitions, chase up all the likes, etc., and a few other things. Then I obviously there's no way I'm going to get any of that stuff done, but I need I need a bare minimum. I need to know what the absolute fundamental things I need to do on, even when I'm busy. So you need to think on it when you're at your busiest, what's the minimum that you could do? So my minimum stuff is do my bucket list post, add 30 people before I go to work, invite all new friends to like the XXY page. I do 5 Facebook posts, and I've actually planned those the night before. I personally don't use buffer on every post because I don't like that it uploads into an album that says buffer, but that's just my personal preference. So what I do is I write out the text for the status and put it in my notes, and I have the picture ready so that when lunchtime comes, I literally just I just post it. I do 1 testimonial, I run reports, and I chase up my likes. And I've put on here, these are non-negotiable. So I would suggest that for those of you that have busy days, that you do something like this, because otherwise, it's a bit like what Amy Dewar was saying. It's better to do something, like little things every day, than it is to do loads of things and then nothing. Loads of things and then nothing, because it just becomes you become inconsistent and you don't feel in control. But talking of this, if she doesn't mind, I'd like to ask Lila. Oh,
okay. That's good.
I was just going to ask Lila, because if she would share, because I know that even though she is manic as hell with her job, she does like night shifts and everything, she still is consistent every day and does like at least a bare minimum of what I know she sets herself as what a bare minimum would be classed as. So, Lila.
Hi, you've caught me off guard now.
So what do you do when you have a manic day?
What do I do when I have a manic day?
Yeah.
So I will always, if I, he's saying I'll always moan. If I've got a break, it's dependent, but if I get a break, I will make sure I dedicate that time to this business. So like, what else have you got to do on your break other than eat? So I will eat, but you can be on your phone while you eat. So I will dedicate that break to this business. And then, you just got to fill it. It depends how bad you want it, doesn't it? Like, you will fill it in the gaps where you can. It's looking at your daily routine, isn't it? Like, look at your daily routine and look at the times when, not free, but for instance, like I get the train. So you can use that time. Like I use the time on the train, whereas I could just be on the phone doing whatever. I don't know what else to say really. Yeah, just fitting it in the times of your day, isn't it? Like,
you prep your posts, because I know that you find a lot of your stuff on Pinterest and everything like that. So do you have like backup posts if you're busy, or?
Oh yeah, so like on a night when you're like got drifting off to sleep, I like do a lot of pinning, and like I probably fall asleep on Pinterest. So then I know I've got like a board full for the next day. Yeah. So it's like just a bit of preparation, I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah, because then I suppose even if you're like, because I'm a bit like you, I don't get a lunch break, so like you could then I suppose go to the toilet, couldn't you, and quickly post.
Oh yeah, I do. I go to the toilet. Yeah, like to talk to the team, I have to sneak in the toilet.
Love that.
And like I got my phone in my back pocket buzzing away, but I can't look. It's funny.
And everyone thinks that Lila's got the shits.
Yeah, they actually do it. Yeah,
that's so funny. Amazing. It's really hard to know who's organised, because it's kind of not something that we necessarily share, but is there anyone on here that's got any tips about being organised that they want to share with the group? Just wave at me like profusely if you've got anything that's really good.
You can face it off.
Or that works for you. No one's waving. Okay, cool. Were those tips helpful then? Oh, hang on, I think Ria's got one. Well, let me unmute you. Go on, babe.
Set alarms on your phone.
Ooh.
So if like you have to do things at certain times, like I get a break at like 12 to 12:30, and that's literally my only break for the whole day. And I sometimes get distracted because like there's a queue for the microwave, wait ages for the microwave, and then like I need to eat, and then I've got to like get back on time. So I sometimes set alarms on my phone to do my like my dream life goal post and add people or things like, because I've done my DMO So I've like got a couple of things on there that I need to do during the day, and some of it I can do at home.
Yeah.
So I know I'm so forgetful. So I will set an alarm on my phone for like 12:15 to be like, right, you've scoffed your face now, like actually do some work.
Yeah.
And that helps me. But yeah, that's my only tip really.
No, that's amazing, because it's figuring out what can you get away with at work. Like for me, I can only get away with posting, like, and maybe replying to whoever's messaged me. But so I know that before I even get in the shower, I have to add my 30 people, otherwise it doesn't get done. So I think that's good, having those alarms to like say, yeah, right now you need to do this, because it's like a prompt, isn't it then?
Yeah, because like I just get distracted by actual work as well, like because I'm there for like 8 hours a day. I'm not allowed my phone on my desk. You know, it has to be in my bag away. Like I sneak it out sometimes just to check the WhatsApp group. But yeah, it's just you get so wrapped up in your day, like especially if you work full time. You know, because that is your main income at the moment. Although like this business will be your main income in the future, at the moment you have to focus on that. For me, like I know that I can be so forgetful, but yeah, it does really help. I'm waffling on. I'm sorry.
No, it's good. It's really good.
Do you want to say something really funny about when I used to be a carpenter? I used to work. I say I was a carpenter. I was actually a joiner, so I used to work in a workshop, and I used to schedule my poos. So, right? No, I wouldn't actually do a poo. What I would do, I would work from 8 till 10 is break, and you have a 15-minute 10 o'clock break. Then 1 o'clock's half an hour lunchtime. So what I would do is 9 o'clock is the gap between we start and break time. I'd have a 10-minute Facebook time in the toilet. Then between 10 and 1, so what's the middle of that? Like half 11. Half 11, I'd go again for 10 minutes. And then 1 o'clock until 4 o'clock, what's the middle of that? 2:30-ish. I'd do another one. So really, I would have 10 minutes 3 times a day to catch up with clients and do some messaging. Break time, lunchtime, and the evening, and I did all right.
I know, we're just talking about like everyone.
Yeah, I think that if you've got jobs,
I always take my phone to the toilet, or always go to the disabled toilet so nobody can hear you on your phone, and nobody will bother you either.
Yeah, just tell your boss you've got a bad stomach and you need to keep going. I had a bad stomach for a year.
Blame it on Juice Plus, or just flushes everything.
I just drink loads and loads of water. So, and obviously it's good for you, but I say to my boss, I drink so much water, I have to go to the toilet every half an hour. And I get away with it. Yeah. Because I drink like 3 litres a day or something. So I'm constantly going to the toilet. They don't question it.
No. Cool, right, we need to wrap up because you've got another Zoom. But I thought I would almost set like a little homework that I just randomly thought off the top of my head. Dan doesn't know what I'm going to say. But only if you want to, obviously. I just think it'd be really cool if I don't have that option. If the biggest thing with this business, with getting sales and getting recruits, is knowing your own story. And this is something that those of you that have been in the team a while, you probably would have practiced with us. But if you're fairly new, then you wouldn't have. So you should be able to tell someone face to face or online your 60-second story. And so I just want to challenge people to maybe post a video or write it out or whatever and share it in the team page. It doesn't have to go to anyone else just yet if you're not ready, but practice your 60-second story for business and product, because a lot of the time, I remember when I was new, someone saw that I had a Juice Plus shaker with me. I was on a training course, and they go, oh, what's that then? And I went, it's my shake. And then I didn't know what to say, and I was like, and I felt really awkward. So, and I know that can happen. So practice your story about why you take what the product is and why you take it, if anyone asks you, and also what the business is and why you got involved. Even if you haven't got a great success story yet, like you can't, if you feel like, oh, well, I haven't got a great story to share, you can share what you're hoping to get from it. So if you just start the product like Emma, you can say, oh, I'm hoping to clear up my eczema. Or if you just joined the business, my goal is to earn £300 this month. You don't have to say, I have done it. You say, oh, well, my goal is to quit my job in 6 months, or my job is to do this, or my job is to make this enough so that I can pay for my yearly holiday, whatever it is. So I'm just going to challenge you, if you want to do your 60-second product and business story.
Yeah. And when people ask you what is it you do for a job, so someone today asked me at the mountain biking group, so we went around the circle and we said what we do for work, and I said I work for I'm a representative for a nutritional company.
Yes.
Good, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're
Or
not-
sometimes we say, when we're out and about and people ask, we say, oh, we work from home together running our own health and wellness business.
Yeah, because most people were like impressed by that.
Yeah. So just have something that you know that's on the tip of your tongue that if someone asks
Yeah,
you.
because otherwise people like almost feel embarrassed to say, like, you should be loud and proud that you work for an amazing billion-dollar company that's into like 7 different countries.
I know a lot of the team asked me this, and I know like Rebecca duplicates this really well from me, but this is something that I've picked up that I think is really helpful. When people say, what do you do? I know this is some people's biggest fear of not knowing what to say, so I literally say the same thing every time. You'll be able to tell from the way I say it. So I say, so we basically get paid to promote a healthy lifestyle through the use of our nutritional products. It's all from your phone in your spare time and really fun. I say we build a team of people to do the same. So literally, I say the same thing over and over again. We basically get paid to promote healthy lifestyle through the use of our nutritional products. We then build a team of people to do the same. It's all from your phone in your spare time and really fun. And then I say, if that sounds of interest, I can tag you in a short video. So literally even if you have that somewhere, like your own version of it or that or whatever, I think that's just helpful then to have, so that when someone says, oh, what is it you do, you just say that. If anyone wants me to write
it's a little spiel.
Yeah,
we call it the little spiel.
Little spiel.
Ian Beale.
So should we just remind you of next month and then we'll go.
Yeah.
So don't forget, guys, there's still, I think, 2 spaces left for, put that one
Who's
in.
getting this guy?
2 spaces left for the first 825 people. There's a couple people really close to get their free Birmingham ticket.
This is the best home event prize. Whoever does the best home event, I know someone on the call has in the lead so far. I can't say any names.
Okay. And then the other incentive.
Wednesday event is the one.
What? I'm still doing incentives.
We've been on the call for an hour.
You're like a kid with ADHD.
It's been an hour.
Shh. The other incentives are for you to, what is it? Oh, if you do 825 plus 1, oh, I know, it's the bag, isn't it? The bag or the shoes. So the Vivienne Westwood clutch bag or the Nike ID trainers. And yeah, I think that's everything, isn't it?
Yeah.
825 plus 1 as well.
Yeah.
And the 4 tickets.
And Emma Snedden is zooming into our event on Wednesday.
Yes.
So tell everyone about that.
In fact, Mike, make sure Lucy knows because she'll buzz off that.
Snedden is the queen of JP right now.
Yeah.
But anyway, guys, I'm about to do a team training call.
Didn't mean for it to be that long, did we?
No, sorry guys. I'm about to do a team training call for Amy Doyle's team in Ireland.
Who did ours?
So if anyone wants to jump on that, I can send you the link. That's probably, if you get on that, then you're insanely sad because you've been on the Zoom call for an hour. But if you want to see me train another team, then I'll send you the link. Obviously, I won't be offended if you don't want to. I think the call's going to max out anyway. But anyway, thanks for getting on the call, guys. If anyone has any questions, please message us or your upline. And we're now nearly in the middle of the month, so it's time to sort of take it that extra 10%.
12 days till Birmingham.
12 days to Birmingham, so it's going to be insane. But anyway, we won't keep you. Thanks, guys. Thanks for the call.
Love you all.
I'm going to post this in the team to tag your team that missed it. Love you all. See you guys.
Oh, good way.
Love you, John.